Hey guys, we are back for Power Season 6, the final season, episode 12. He always wins, or something like that. Y'all, I am frustrated because I guess this is how just the rest of the season is gonna go, and maybe the last episode is gonna be a little bit whatever. But this whole episode was very similar to last episode. So yesterday, last time we followed around Dre. At least he was more interesting. This time we follow him around the fool, Angela's sister Paz. For one, Angela's sister Paz face makes me very cringy, like the way her teeth are made. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And express if you are frustrated with the format and what they're choosing to do right now when it comes to these last episodes. Because y'all, I'm over it. Like, I'm really over it. I'm not even excited to see next week because I'm like, okay, y'all playing fuck it. Like, I just can't stand when really good shows do this. It's just really? This how y'all gonna go out? Y'all gonna go out like that? And just bore y'all audience for the last final episodes. Okay, there were some good tidbits in here, but honestly, wasn't really needed. All this episode really did was make me frustrated and angry, and not like Paz even more than I didn't like her. It made me not like her son either. But anyway, let's get to the getting. So, starts off with Paz running a dream sequence of Paz running into the hospital, similar to how when she actually did run in to go see about Angela, talking about, where's my sister? Jamie's there covered in blood. Oh, you're already too late, Paz. She gone. And then she's like, oh, you murder. She wakes up. And then, so I guess, Angela ain't got, they still haven't gotten the money from Angela's pension and all that yet. It hasn't came through yet. So she has to go, and their father, Angela and her father, who I think has dementia or whatnot and needs 24-hour nurse care, and he's no longer getting that because they don't have the Bank of Angela anymore, so he's living with her. So from there, and then we see Paz's son, who I believe is he gotta be in college. He looked real grown. And he asking about, the money and all that. And she's like, I'm going to look into it and work on it. So then we see Warner. It cuts off to Warner cussing out the security guards at the FBI or whatnot, asking how did Sachs get in again when he was fired 2 days ago. And it was like, well, his ID worked. He was like, fuck that. Why wasn't it deactivated right when he was, terminated? And then Paz came in, and Paz was there, and she was like, I need to find Sachs. And he was like, well, you tell her that he no longer works here. And then she's like, oh, I'm so-and-so, Angela so-and-so Valdez. She's like, oh, I'm sorry about your sister, and I'm sorry about how Sachs botched the what's the name? The investigation into your sister's death or whatnot. She's like, what do you mean botched? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. And whatnot. So then I think she goes to see Sachs or whatnot. And she goes to Sachs like, you said that you were going to have him arrested. What the fuck happened? And he was like, look, turns out the ballistics or whatnot, Jamie didn't kill your sister. And she's like, but I know he's guilty. That's bullshit. I know he did it. It's crazy how she's so hell-bent on thinking that Jamie actually killed her. You really think that he killed Joseph? It's crazy that she thinks that he really killed her sister. Are you serious? After all the stuff that she's been through, how much she loved Jamie, how much, it was just really weird that she's like, no, he killed her. She just hates this man so much that she just lets it blinds her better judgment, if she even has any. Pretty much the same with Sachs. He was just so hell-bent on getting Jamie, he lost his job, put everything that he had into it and wouldn't let it go. Some stuff you just need to let go, and he wouldn't let it go. Same thing with her. So then she go to see Tasha, and then Tasha told her, Girl, Jamie always wins. She was like, but don't you want to get back at him or whatnot? He told me that he told Angela that the only thing that he loves is her, the kids, and this new whatever club he was trying to open in Miami. She was like, that's probably true, but she was like, he took everything from you. Are you gonna let him take everything from you? Blah blah blah. She was like, look around, bitch. He has already taken everything. He won. Like, just leave it alone. Like, just walk away from this shit because you ain't gonna stop Jamie. You just ain't. And then from there, Paz goes back home, and then real quick, and she goes to get her gun. And then the son is like, oh, Mom, can you help or whatnot? She's like, no, just help take care of your abuelito, whatever, your grandfather. I'll be back. And honestly, y'all, and then he's talking about something, you're going to go see about the money. Like, he was always constantly asking his mama about going to see about the money from Angela. And I'm like, little nigga, do you got a job? Like, you real strong and look real able-bodied to be constantly asking about some money from your dead auntie. Like, y'all, I wanted to whoop her son ass the whole episode because, like, that's what always bothered me about Paz. And then even more so about her son. Like, they're always constantly on Angela, and she was always trying to keep Angela on the straight and narrow because she didn't want to. It's like, do you really care about Angela's well-being, or did you just want to make sure that them checks didn't stop it and she wasn't help, that she would still be able to pay for your father's care and to pay for your son's schooling and to pay on your rent? Like, it just seemed like such a monetary, like she was always just constantly just money. Where's the money? We need the money. And it was just like, bitch, really? Like, where is you a single mother? Where's his father? He was deadbeat? Oh, okay. At least Angela didn't go out and fucking have a kid she couldn't take care of and then ask you for money. Like, y'all, it gave me a fucking headache. And, like, that's why I constantly wasn't rooting for Paz or her cause or anything, because it was just that annoying. And then it was just like that through this whole episode, too, about money and her needing money. Like, bitch, Angela has been helping you this whole fucking... I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm going on a rant on this, but she's been helping you for all these years. She helped your son go to school. You didn't go get a trade or nothing to better yourself. You were just fine being on whatever little level you were at. You couldn't take no night classes, so you didn't have to constantly nag this woman for her money, or at least help with your father's care. That's not just her father. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, your son grown, and ain't like you gotta sit here and take care of him day to day. Once your son got old enough, you could have did stuff to better yourself, and she never did. And this is why she running around the whole fucking episode trying to get some vengeance, because all her checks is not coming no more. So she broke and lost her mind. Anyway, y'all, so let me get back to this. Sorry. Whew. I was just so mad in this episode. So from there, so she goes up and she sees Jamie walking up over to, I think, Truth or something. And remember, several episodes ago, we were like, who is following Jamie and who's watching him? I'm like, he got a lot of enemies or whatnot. I guess probably next episode, we'll probably maybe find out who the black dude who was trying to kill Jamie and was shooting at him and Tommy in the warehouse. We'll probably find that out next week too, because they're bringing out every fucking angle we possibly can in every character and explaining every little tidbit, that questions that we didn't even ask about. But hey, we finding it out anyway. So from there, she goes back to see Sax. No. You know what? She actually did. After that, this is when she goes to see Sax. Y'all, was a little out of order, but that order didn't really mean that much. So she got the whole thing with her going to see Sax and all that. So from there, she was and then she does ask Sax, like, how do we get Jamie? Since we can't get him for the murder, how do we get him? So from there, Paz goes, like, it was pretty much, in order for her to get anything on Jamie, since she couldn't get him for Angela's murder, which he didn't do, now she's trying to entertain the fact of getting that phone and whatnot that she buried, who she was supposed to remember, how she said all those endearing words talking about some, oh, don't worry, Angela, your secrets and stuff, they'll be safe with you, with me, and buried with you, and it's gonna end here. Bitch, you was a whole motherfucking lie. Because when money stopped coming in, and you just couldn't deal with the fact that you just couldn't deal with shit, and now you want to sit here and go after. So now you're willing to risk your sister's reputation and the pension and benefits money that you was potentially going to get just to go after Jamie. Like, is it worth? Like, did Jamie fuck you before he fucked Angela and then left you or something, and then you always was in love? Like, I don't understand what it is about her and being obsessed with Jamie. It's crazy. So from there, she goes to Warner, and she was like, she could have another angle as to how to get Jamie, and then she goes to tell him about what it is, and he explains to her the same thing, like, you know, if you implicate Angela in any way, she's gonna lose her honor, she's gonna lose everything that she worked so hard for is going to be gone. And then she's like, I just want justice. He's like, no, you want revenge. So then I was like, they really not about to do it. They go and they dig up Angela's fucking body. I'm like, wow. And then they go get that motherfucking phone or whatnot, and from there, it's like they went and dug this whole woman's whole body, desecrated her grave, everything, just because she's so obsessed with getting James St. Patrick. So from there, the tech dude says that the SIM card on the phone is destroyed at this point, and all he could pull up on it was some outgoing text messages that were saved to the actual phone. So pretty much they have no ties, because it was like, because Warner was like, can you implicate that he was texting and talking to Jamie was talking to Angela? She was like, no, she used to use that phone, because remember, that phone was just between Angela and Tasha. So like, you still ain't got shit. Like, you went through all this and you still ain't got shit. So she just all like, it can't be over. It can't be over. There's got to be something I could do. He's like, I can't use none of that from that phone because it don't tell us nothing. I mean, it's just not going to hold up in court. She's like, well, I can do something else. She's just desperate. She's like, okay, I'll wear a wire. Just wire me up. He was like, I don't want to entertain this anymore, but he still bites for it, and he goes ahead and wires her up. And then that's the scene where we see when she goes to go talk to Jamie at Truth. She was wearing a wire that whole time. Like, we saw this a couple episodes ago when James was still alive. And yeah, so Warner tells her, you have to get him to actually admit to some part of his the murders or some part of his organization. You have to get him on. It's like, it's not gonna be easy. He's like, I know it's a lot, but if you want anything admissible in court, you have to get Jamie on wiretap to admit something. She was like, I gotta at least try. So as she goes over there to talk to Jamie again, we saw that whole scene when she was like, what was Angela doing? Why would she risk everything? And he was like, she helped to save all of us. She wanted to make sure that nobody was going to jail, blah, 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 blah. And remember, Ramona was off to the side listening and stuff too, eavesdropping. And then she was like, Jamie, please tell me who killed my... And then, like, he wasn't about... Jamie not stupid, okay? He is not dumb. He'll say certain things, but he ain't about to implicate nothing, okay? So from there, and I don't know why she thought he was just gonna break down, like, oh my God, Paz, I know I did this and all this. Like, I don't know what she thought. She's just stupid. She's just dumb. Anyway, I don't know if grief just made her extra stupid or what, but she's just really fucking stupid. So from there, Tasha, because she left her actual phone with Warner and them in this whatever little house or whatever where they were sitting there surveillancing while Paz was wearing the wire. Then her son was calling her constantly as well. And I was like, damn, did her father die? I'm like, boy, all you had to do was keep your grandfather alive another day just for a little bit. Like, damn. So from there, she didn't get shit, which we knew she wasn't going to get shit because Jamie not fucking stupid. Do you think he got where he is now by just making dumb fuck ass decisions and blurring his mouth about shit? Why do you think his name Ghost? So from there, she go... Nothing on the wire. He was like, Warner was like, I'm sorry. More trained people would have gotten even less out of him, and at least you have him kind of saying that he kept that Angela kept him out of jail. So that does implicate him in some type of way, but that makes Angela look guilty too, and benefits, poof, pow, are gone. So she ain't about to get no pension and shit for Angela or nothing. So from there, we see Paz running into the hospital because their father has had a anxiety attack or whatnot, and the son's sitting there, oh mommy, I'm sorry. She was like, why are you sorry? She's like, because I told him that Angela was dead or whatnot. And earlier in the episode, she told him because the father got dementia. Sometimes he knows what's going on, sometimes he don't, and he just goes in and out, and he sometimes calls her Angela, and she's like, no, daddy, it's Paz. And the son thought that it was a smart idea to tell this old man with dementia that his favorite daughter is dead. He's like, I thought he would snap out of it. I'm like, you fucking idiot. Like, you too damn old to be doing dumb shit like this. Like, then he was like, what he say? He's like, this is all, the thing is, they just constantly blame Jamie for all their faults and problems in the world. Talking about some, he was just constantly like, what about the money? Titi wanted me to go to school and for, daddy or grandpa or whatever to be in a home or whatnot. I'm not supposed to be taking care of him. I'm like, you know how many fucking families take care of their elders or whatnot? Everybody can't fucking afford to put their loved ones in a home, and that man is pretty able-bodied. And he does have dementia. I mean, it's not at the point like they shoot him off to a home and stuff, but it ain't like he's showing to be a danger to anybody or whatnot. And I know Paz works or whatnot. Her son is at school, but I mean, families do what they have to do, and not everybody has that luxury. Angela then spoiled them, and they feel like they're just so entitled to just be able to not have to take care of their grandfather and all that shit. And he was talking about the son, like, oh, we could get somebody to hire somebody or something to go after Jamie or some shit. Cause she was like, we have nothing or whatever. She was telling him about what happened. And I don't know if it was before this or after that when they were at her house talking about, Angela. And then she was like, your aunt was into some other stuff that I just found out. And then she kind of told him, like, she made some bad decisions. And he was like, oh, so she brought this on herself. I'm like, really? That's how you gonna talk? I was just disgusted this whole episode, y'all. So if I just sound completely just dumbfounded this whole review, I am, because these some selfish ass fucking people. Like, they're just so selfish. Like, oh my God, her son, well, I don't know what kind of son she raising or what school he going to and what to learn, because he sounds stupid as fuck and selfish as fuck. Get a fucking job. Do work study. You and your grades ain't good enough for you to get a scholarship. Like, boy, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm just mad. So anyway, from there, it jumps back to Blanca. Cause Paz is like, let me go to my job and see if I can get the money for this, cause this her hospital stay is gonna cost. So then, as she leaving her job at like a nail salon or something, so it shows what she's done with her life. Like, bitch, you don't own that salon. She ain't did shit in all these years. Like, she could have did something with herself. She ain't did shit. So, whatnot. Paz walks up on Blanca, tells her that the investigation, we saw this part of it, saying that the investigation into James St. Patrick's is over or whatnot. Because before that, it was like there might have been something they could pursue on James St. Patrick, but now at this point, nothing. And then we saw that the day Jamie got shot, when they were telling everybody, like, it's over, it's done with, we can't go after him no more, it's done. So she goes, oh yeah, and during when she was doing the wiretapping, Tasha calls her too. I don't know if I mentioned that. So from after she finds out about the investigation being over, she goes to see Tasha, and then she lets Tasha know, like, they said that they're done investigating him. She's like, you're right, Jamie does always win. or blah blah blah. And then she was like, I'm sorry about how I was earlier, because when she got into it with Tasha earlier that day, she was like, you know, he took everything from you, and then he got your daughter killed and blah. She was like, no, he did not get my daughter killed. Like, Pa just want to blame Jamie for anything. If she get hit by a car right now and blame it on Jamie. Like, it's ridiculous. So then they're talking, and then she was like, she goes to tell Pa's like, you know, I wanted you to know that Jamie's already moved on to another woman. She was like, what? He just told me earlier today that he loved Angela with all his heart and all that. She was like, he tell people a lot of things, but I'm just telling you what he doing, okay? So from there, Baz lost her entire mind. She goes to fucking Tommy's house. I'm like, you looking for the killer of your sister? Now you right at his door? Okay, that just shows how dumb fuckery her ass is. So she's going to Tommy with the gun or whatnot. She's like, Tommy, I need you to do something for me. You told me that if I ever needed something to ask you or whatnot. And then she's like, I need you to, she's like, I know you're friends with Jamie. He's like, nah, we ain't cool like that no more. She's like, I need you to kill him because he killed my sister and Angela was good. And then he was like, okay, Angela wasn't that good. Okay, now calm down. And Angela made a choice. Angela chose to be about that life, and she wasn't ready. And then she got dealt with. You know, that's pretty much it. Like, did nobody force Angela to do a damn thing? Angela should have walked away. For her to have all this training in law enforcement and all that, and she knew that Jamie was crooked. Once she found out, she should have distanced herself immediately. But what did she do? She stayed there for the dick challenge to the death challenge. That's what that bitch did. So anyway, it was just so funny. I'm like, Paz, you just so stupid. And he was like, look, Paz, you're going to have to get the fuck up out of here. And he said, I'll give you money. He was like, I don't want your money. Put your money away. I'm like, oh, so you willing to put your money to get this man killed, and you barely got money to keep a roof over your head and to pay for your father's stuff and to pay for your son's stuff, but you willing to put a hit out on fucking James St. Patrick, who did not kill your sister, you stupid bitch. So anyway, he pushes Paz out of his house. He's like, look, you're going to have to go before I call the police or something, girl. You crazy. Bye. Sorry about Angie, but you got to go. So from there, we see she goes home and she just butthurt. She puts her gun on her little mantle where she got a picture of her and Angie, and she lay down and she started crying and stuff, and her son's at the door like, mommy, and she's just like crying and stuff. So then we see Warner and Blanca are talking, and then Blanca goes to tell Warner about how she has another witness, Dre, saying that he can implicate Jamie killing Terry Silver. He was like, that's some bullshit. Andre would say anything. He is in fucking jail right now. His shit ain't gonna hold up in court. She's like, well, I just gonna tell you because right now he's being transferred out of custody. And I'm like, yeah, Blanca, that's why your ass got hit in the eye, because you stupid as fuck and you sat there and coerced Dre just to prove get your point across so you can try to build a fucking faulty ass case against. I mean, he did kill Terry, but you need evidence, okay? Sitting there just got Dre just lying. Anyway, that's why you got hit in the eye. So from there, somebody from the Democratic Party, then he kicks Blanca out of his office, tell her to close the door. Then some random dude come in and he says his name is so-and-so from the Democratic Party. And he was like, I was informed that Angela Valdez's body was, exhumed or whatnot. He was like, yeah, we had some type of some evidence that we were trying to figure out. He was like, I thought the case against James St. Patrick's or whatnot, when it comes to Angela Valdez, was closed. He was like, yeah, he was like, no, you don't understand me. That case is closed. Jamie belongs to the Democratic team now or whatnot, and it needs to stop right now. And if you ever want to have a political future or whatever, some shit, then you need to cease and desist anything going towards James St. Patrick. I'm like, damn, they come in like that? Okay. Coming in with his little small self. So from there, so Warner kind of took that as like a thing, like, oh, you ain't gonna tell me what to do. So he goes over to Yeah, so now at this point, like, Jamie's pretty much untouchable because he has the backing of the Democratic whatever, DNC or whatever party. So from there, Warner kind of took that as a challenge, and he went over to that one judge that signed off on shit for Jamie before, and he was like, "What do you want now?" And he was like, "Well, now we have witness testimony, Andre Coleman, Dre, saying that he saw him, James St. Patrick, killed, and he's on his way to. So we want to expedite a warrant to arrest him." So the judge, I guess, ends up signing off on that. I'm like, y'all just won't quit. Leave that man alone. Like, y'all lost. Y'all can't even see that y'all lost. But anyway, if y'all were trying to go the route of the law, y'all lost. But apparently somebody went on street justice and street rules and shot his ass dead. But we still don't know who that is. So from there, we see Paz. She wakes up. Her gun is gone. So she immediately knows, like, her son took her gun. She drives up on her son right before he gets the truth. And he was like, "No, I'm going to make him pay. I just want my life back. I want to go back to school. I want you back to the way you were, mommy. You're just not the same." And he crying and shit. I'm like, get your dumb ass out of here. Like, you wasn't going to nut if you buck. You really wasn't going to do it, boy. James would have whooped your ass before you he would have fucked you up. And he would have been like, "Sorry, Edge, you had to kill your nephew because that little nigga had it coming." But anyway, so she's like, she's like, "Just give me the gun. Just give me the gun. I want you to do something for me. Go home." So he leaves, and then she walks up in the truth with the gun. She go into the bathroom or whatnot. So I'm thinking, at first I'm thinking, is she staying in the bathroom the whole party until the lights go out or something or whatnot, and then walk up on and killing him? No, she goes to the bathroom, comes out, sees Ramona, and Ramona was like, "Oh, you're so and so Valdez. I just want to thank you," or something. She was like, "What are you thanking me for?" She was like, "Oh, because I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I heard you talking to Jamie or whatnot, and it just helped me know that he's a good man," or something. She was like, "You have no idea who you dealing with, and Jamie is horrible. I just always wanted to know, what do y'all see in him?" and all this other stuff. And what else did she say? She was like, "You have the power to stop him. Why are you helping him?" And Ramona just tells her, like, "Some people are just unstoppable." I'm like, somebody slap Ramona. I'm like, girl, you real whipped for somebody. They ain't fuck, did they? No, he ain't fuck her. Why is she so, like, fucking, she's just really hell-bent and whipped already off the dick when it comes to Jamie. I'm like, you going real hard for this homie, and really, Ramona, really? But anyway, all y'all did was kiss. I think that's all they did was kiss. Not unless they fucked in his office. I can't remember. Y'all, I can't remember. But from there, maybe they did fuck. I don't know. I forgot. If they fuck, put it down in the comments. I can't remember. Either way, he probably only got the dick one time if he did fuck. From there, we see Paz just in truth looking crazy with her hand like in the gun, trying to reach for the gun, looking around, looking for Jamie, following Jamie around through the club. And then all of a sudden she just stops, because then she loses him for a second, and then she sees him again, and then everything just starts to flash before her, like, Angela made her own choices. Even Tommy's, saying, like, Angela made a choice and she wasn't that good, and you sitting here doing all this stuff, and it just starts flashing over here like, it's not your fault, it's not her fault, blah, blah, blah. And even Tasha telling her, like, you ain't got no kids, you ain't got no ties to Jamie, why don't you just walk away? You have the ability to do that. You don't have no ties to him, your sister gone, why don't you just let it go? Everybody telling Paz to let it go, and it finally triggers off, I guess, in her brain, and she just walks away. And then we see Jamie turn and see her walk away. So from there, we see she goes to see her dad, and back in the hospital, because he's still there overnight for the anxiety attack. And she's like, "Papi, I'm so sorry. I meant to protect Angie and blah blah blah, and I went to see Jamie and I went to kill him, and I couldn't do it. Couldn't help our family." And then her father turns off the TV. He's like, Paz, he has a moment of lucidity or whatever, a clear mind, and then he goes, "Paz, you know why we named you Boz? Because we tried and tried and tried to have a child, and we wanted a family and all this so bad, and then we had you, and your name means peace and all that. I'm like, she is the opposite of peace. She got the wrong fucking name. And then I was like, what's your name? Angela. Angela, because you knew she was gonna die early. No, I'm just playing. And then he's like, Angela had always had it so easy, and you were always trying so hard. I'm like, yes, you do try way too fucking hard, girl. Calm down. He's like, you just always trying so hard or whatnot, and it's okay, baby, and all that. And then she's like, then you can see that his mind goes away again. And then she's like, thank you, Poppy, or whatever. And then, you know, that was the end of that scene. So it jumps to her the next morning. She turns on the TV or whatever and turns the channel, and she sees that Jamie is killed. She wakes up her son like, look, or whatever. He was like, Mommy, I thought you said that you didn't do it. She's like, I didn't kill him. And then it just goes off from there. And then she was like, oh, she says like he finally lost. He lost this time. So whatever. Girl, bye. Then we see back at the FBI, we see the dude that came in and checked Warner before. He was like, I thought we told you to let that shit go, and you sat there and you tried to get a thing with the judge or whatnot to arrest James St. Patrick. Like, we told you to let the whole thing go and that he was with us now. And then he was like, well, it's a good thing that I did was trying to get this warrant, because the fact that he got killed showed that he has some that he needs to be more further investigated. He was like, the DNC is not going to see it that way. That they just gonna see that as that you don't know how to follow orders and blah blah blah. And he was like, if I were you, I would pack my fucking bags, because he's like, well, I still got my job or whatever. He was like, oh, it's just a matter of time. You'll be getting a call soon. Then 2 seconds later, got a fucking call. He was like, oh, and she's gonna answer that? He's like, it was nice talking to you, whatever. Just as he said, homeboy said, Warner ass got fired immediately after that because he did not play ball. He did not listen to what they told him. And people was just ready to risk it all and lose everything just in pursuit of trying to go after Jamie. I forgot to say that Warner went and talked to the Asian dude that used to work. I cannot remember his name. I don't mean to call him the Asian dude, but the one that used to be partners with Sax or whatnot, and Angela got him a job. There was a scene way earlier in the episode where he was trying to find out some stuff. Warner was trying to find out some stuff to get Sax arrested, and he couldn't help him. And he was like, well, what made you abruptly take that job Angela got for you or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't get shit. That scene was not needed, but whatever. But it happened, so I just want to touch on that. So from there, Warner was fired, and then we go to Blanca, and because Boz goes back up to the FBI, and then Blanca sees her, and then she was like, oh, what did you want to talk to Warner about? And then she's like, she's like, just come talk to me for a minute in my office. She was like, look, I could make a few calls, but it's looking like that you're not going to get the pension from Angela because a bitch, you dug up her body and tried to throw her name in the dirt. And then she's like, oh, no, this isn't about the money or whatnot. And whatever. I don't know. It was whatever. So from there, Sax. Oh, no, she said, she was like, I came here because I want to put my sister's body back in the ground. I was like, damn, they didn't put her back in the ground. I thought they were just going to get the phone and put it back in the dirt. So apparently they did it. So they had to rebury Angela. Sax was standing right there with her. Then, whatever, something, so I want to make sure she's buried at peace and whatnot. I'm like, girl, shut up. You the one that disrupted her dead peace by digging her body up. Anyway, so she gets a phone call while, when she walks away from the burial. The phone call was regarding James St. Patrick's estate. And she goes in, and Tommy's mama, Kate, was there and talking, because she was like, that was like my other son. So I guess he left Kate some money, because this is like the reading of his will and all that stuff. So I guess he left Kate a decent amount of money. That was very generous of him. And then she goes in, Boz goes in, and then who is it? Homeboy who work at Trader Joe's who played, what's his name? Elvin on, I can't remember, I'm sorry, I can't remember his real name, but remember the actor who people found out he worked at Trader Joe's. He played Elvin on the Cosby Show, and then he got him another job, y'all. He played the lawyer. So shout out to him for getting that little cameo on Power right before it ended. Go ahead and get that resume up. Keep yourself out there. Go ahead, do it. But she talking to him, and he the lawyer, and he's just saying that like, Paz was like, I don't want any money that Jamie probably left for Angela. And I'm thinking like, girl, you need to take any money you can get, for one. And then he was like, nah, this money was left to you. Jamie came and updated his will shortly after Angela's death. And I guess he just switched it from Angela to Paz to receive whatever money or whatnot. And then she was like, so we don't know at this point, we don't know if she takes it, because then it jumps off to her walking out, and then Tasha's there. And then Tasha was like, I should have known he put Angela in his will. She was like, no, he actually left me money. She's like, oh, well, I hope you take that money. Because she was like, look, Jamie loved your sister. I hope you take that money because I know you need it. She's like, I don't want that money. So then Tasha pushes her into another little conference room, and she was like, look, you need to take the money. I know you need it. Just go ahead. You know Jamie didn't kill your sister. He loved your sister. Like, really. Like, he wouldn't have did nothing to harm her. And I hope you know that and stuff now or whatnot. And then she was like, no, that's blood money and all this, and I don't want it. And then how did she end up going to talk to her? Oh, then she was like, she asked Tasha, like, oh, because she had asked Tasha, did you kill Jamie? And then Tasha kind of just glazes over that and just telling her, girl, you need to take that money. And then she was like, because even early in the episode, she always told Paz, like, your sister Angela helped me so much. She helped my son, and I feel like I'll always be indebted to her. So that kind of, I feel like I owe you, because I mean, she ain't alive no more, so she feel like she just owes Angela's family. So she goes and she was like, no, because she just was still thinking about how Jamie is responsible for Angela's death. And then she was like, look, Tommy killed Angela. Okay? She was like, but why would Tommy kill Angela? That doesn't make any sense. She was like, if Angela put herself in a predicament where she was getting in between business and between Ghost and him, then Tommy would have taken her out. And then she was like, what'd she say? She was like, look, if I'm like, James loved Angela way more than he ever loved me. Just know that he loves her, and he would want you to take this money and all that, blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, what did she say about the whole thing with Tommy killing her? I forgot, y'all. But like, after she told her that Tommy killed her sister or whatever, she kind of phased out anyway. She was like, oh my God, like looking like, are you fucking kidding me? And then like kind of, she's probably trying to add shit up in her brain. And then she was just like, I hope you take that money or whatever. And then she goes off and leaves out. Whew. Yeah, she leaves out, and then her son was like, Mommy, so what's going on? Am I going back to school? I'm like, you little selfish motherfucker. Whew, I want to slap her son. But anyway, I wish he would have got shot or something. I don't know, but whatever. So she goes, and she was like, yeah, you're going back to school, baby. But I want you to just go home and look after your grandfather. So then Paz, again, rolls up to Tommy's house with her gun, trying to beat on the door. Tommy, boom, 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 open the door. Then she goes and jiggles the handle to the door and opens the door. All the Tommy shit is gone and whatnot. So I'm trying to think timeline-wise, because I don't know if Tommy relocated all his shit or not. Because I'm trying to line all this stuff up with Lakeisha's death. And because I don't think he got all his stuff taken over to the new house or whatnot. So I'm like, did he clear that place out after Jamie got killed? So y'all, I need some gaps filled in, and I need the timelines to make sense or whatnot. But Tommy gone, and I don't know where he at, but he not in there. And she up in there screaming, Tommy, ah! So y'all, that was the episode. Sorry if I was a little spaced out here and there, but I was just really annoyed because I see how the rest of the season is gonna go. I am not happy with that. It just seems like a waste of our time, and I don't need to see every fucking person's perspective and or to see what happens with everybody like towards the end. Like, I could have gave a fuck less to know if Warner got fired. I could have gave a fuck less about a lot of things that happened or whatnot. So I think maybe they'll tell us what goes on with Sax, and maybe they'll tell us. Who I would like to see is Tommy shit, but I'm sure they're gonna wait to show us Tommy stuff because that's somebody who we'd be way more interested in. Like, we definitely wasn't interested in Paz's point of view. Well, I wasn't. Put it like that. I ain't gonna speak for everybody else, but if you was here for Paz, a whole Paz episode, go ahead, you got it, because I don't think anybody asked for this. No one. But anyway, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share my video. Comment below. Who perspective do you think we're gonna get next week? Who knows? Cash? I don't know. All right, y'all. So y'all have a good one and enjoy y'all week. Peace.